Hello, everyone. My name is Charles.
And I'm Nathan.
And welcome to the very first episode of our podcast called The Flipside. So, the idea behind this show and the idea behind the name is Nathan and I both grew up very differently. He's obviously Canadian and I'm American. And so we wanted to create a show where we could talk about not only our friendship and all the kinds of things that we've been through, but also just give our opinions and our ideas. Ideas is not the word, but give our opinions and viewpoints on things and show the flip side to a lot of stuff. Because I'll have my opinions and he'll have his. And there's a lot of differences there. So we thought it would be pretty interesting. But in episode 1, we're going to start by talking about how we met. The beginning, the origin stories.
Quite a while ago. What?
Yeah.
2013, 2012 maybe? Before that?
Because it was before Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 came out. And that came out in 2012.
I think it was like Modern Warfare 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, we met playing Modern Warfare 3.
Let's see. What year did that come out? That came out in 2011.
Dang, 2011.
Yeah. So 7 years ago.
Crap, it's been a long time.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to start the story, because it was kind of your little...
Yeah, because I remember I was making YouTube videos, and you messaged me one day on YouTube, and you were like, hey, we should make videos together. And we should play Call of Duty together. And I was like, oh, okay, there's some weird guy messaging me on the internet.
And, I don't even remember why I messaged you. I don't know if we played together randomly one time and just hey, let's play again. Or, I really don't have no idea.
I don't remember that either. I just remember getting the message one day and being like, I don't know who this guy is, but okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. That was so long ago. That was way too long ago. Young and stupid.
Yeah, young and crazy, and we just took a risk.
Yeah, and then now it's yeah.
But it took a while. It took a while for me to play with you, if I remember right, because I kept putting it off or not wanting to, because it was I don't know, this is weird. I don't know this guy.
It's just a video game, though.
Yeah.
It's not even I was like, hey, let's meet up right now and play together in a basement. It's let's just get in the same lobby and just play together.
Yeah, let's just play a video game together. Yeah.
And yeah, it took at least a couple weeks to even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it took even longer for me to get to really talk to you. I don't think we actually talked or Skyped for the first time until Black Ops 2 had come out.
Yeah. And that's kind of it goes along with this. It's you were kind of all, oh, I don't know, and I'm just hey, let's play.
Yeah.
You were all, I don't want to talk to strangers on the internet, and I was just kind of yeah, whatever, just another guy playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
Then it turns out you live 1,200 miles away, something like that.
No big deal.
Yeah, so it's not I was even going to come over and just be hey, I know where you live now.
You don't know. People on the internet, they're crazy.
Yeah, well.
My mama told me you don't mess with them.
Well.
They could kill you.
Are you glad you did?
I am, yeah. No, It worked out. It all worked out for the best.
Mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it into that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so that's that is how we got going, I guess. Just,
we played. We played a lot of Call of Duty back when Black Ops 2 first came out.
Yeah,
and that's when we really became good friends.
Yeah, a lot of resetting our stats and playing and playing and playing.
Do you remember how many we used to make all these different accounts?
Yep.
We'd go in and troll people or just do dumb stuff.
MILF Hunter MLG.
I remember that one. Yep. Oh my god.
Yeah, I still on my Facebook. I still have pictures of that.
Oh,
I should actually go find one.
Do it.
Yeah, because
I still have all those accounts on my Xbox too.
Yeah, I don't have that.
It shows me all the different ones that we created for dumb videos we used to make.
Yeah, that was quite. Yeah, that's when we were hardcore into video games.
Yeah.
Not that way so much more anymore.
So what happens when you grow up? You have to,
Yeah.
unfortunately, stop playing as much.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Depending on where your life goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really find that one. I know there was one because it was like dropped like 70 or 80 kills, and it was just I don't know if I can find it right now. It's somewhere on here, but yeah.
Yeah.
MILF Hunter MLG. I remember that.
Yeah. You've got that video too of the guys from like Detroit
Oh shit, yeah.
who are like beefing on each other.
It's
in
the murder
lobby
capital of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should get an audio clip from that and play it. Those guys were so yeah.
That was so funny.
That needs a freaking like rated R warning on it.
Oh, it does. Because those guys were going. Wasn't there a girl in there too?
Yeah, she was from like Trenton, New Jersey, I think it was. Yeah, here's one. MILF Hunter MLG I just found. And then there's another one where it was just like random little screenshots. Oh, and Solite. Remember those ones?
Oh, I remember Solite. Yes. I think I had one that was like Mr. Quickscope or something just spelled with numbers and all the lowercase letters, uppercase, and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Solite one was X, capital X, X, S0L33T, X, capital X, X. Those are the good old days of Black Ops 2 when you could actually play a game.
Mm-hmm. When it wasn't all hacked and crazy jumps and booster
Although
packs
apparently Black Ops 1 is okay to play, though.
Really?
So I might pull that game out. I don't know.
I went looking for that yesterday or something. I can't find that one either.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I have done to all my Call of Duty games because I bought Black Ops 2 for 5 times now.
Yeah.
I went through and found 3 cases for it in my house. 4 now. But it's like, gosh, I don't know what I've done with all my... But I still have 2 copies of Modern Warfare 3.
I wonder how that game is. Although you can't... That's just Xbox 360, though. You can't play that backwards.
That game was awful when it was out.
Yep, I know. Yeah, maybe I have to pull a Black Ops 1 and see what it's like. Because, apparently it's fine to play. But, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, when we played the other night there, it was just like, oh my god.
That was awful.
You can't even get into a game.
Yeah. It took forever to get into a game, then you get into a game and it's hacked.
Because it's only TDM, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Have you seen trailers for Black Ops 4?
Not really. Haven't really watched it.
I haven't either.
I know they're coming out with basically a battle royale type thing, and it's gonna be
Oh, really?
It's gonna have just one giant map with a different number of maps from previous games inside of a map.
Ooh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's gonna be fan favorites or something like that, and it's gonna be put
interesting.
all into one map, and it's gonna be a big battle royale type map. So, which sounds pretty cool. Hopefully they don't screw that up.
That is intriguing.
Yeah, because you think put Nuketown, firing range, all those random ones into one big giant map. That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be pretty dope.
There's a lot of people doing little prototype type things and being like, oh well, here, let's put this map, this map, this map, and it's even if that was in there, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be really awesome.
There's a lot of good maps that could be played.
Mm-hmm.
But
for sure.
I like how we just got on the topic of video games, but
I know we just well, that's how we met, so that's
yeah, because you were doing YouTube at that time, and
hardcore.
I think I was kind of doing it. I think.
Okay. Yeah. We would make videos together.
Yeah, I don't really remember too much about that time.
Yeah, that's back when I'd upload almost every day.
Yeah.
I was trying to do Call of Duty and all these other video games and stuff, and it was,
It almost worked out.
Almost.
I mean, when you got that little shout out or comment from whoever it was. Yeah, C-Nanners.
That was incredible.
Is he even relevant anymore?
I was thinking about that the other day. I don't know. I don't see a lot of his videos anymore because I'm still subscribed. Every now and then one will pop up, but I don't watch him anymore.
So he still makes videos then?
Yeah, but not as often. So I don't know what he's doing.
C Nanners.
Yeah, because I used to watch him. I used to love his videos, like his short 3-4 minute videos where he's playing different games with his friends. I was dying watching those. Those were so funny.
Well, he uploaded a video 6 days ago saying, "I'm alive and all is well."
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah. Apparently he still makes videos.
Good for him.
Yeah. He stuck with it, unlike you.
Well, I'm getting back into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just not Call of Duty.
Just not Call of Duty, yeah. The comeback's happening.
Yeah. You've said that lots of times.
I have said that a lot. I've done like 7 or 8 comebacks.
Yeah. None of them have really worked out too well. Not gonna lie.
Well, it's not my fault. It's the man keeping me down.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
It's the YouTube algorithm.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't push my videos to the top.
So you'll make one, get discouraged, take 5 months off, make another one, get discouraged again, go back. I can do it this time.
That's how you get famous, right? You just make inconsistent, crappy uploads? That's how you do it?
I think so. No, that's not.
Okay, darn it.
You just got to get a shout out, apparently.
Yeah.
Because that brought you at like 2,000 subscribers
or
something like
from
that?
Like 100 to like 2,000.
Yeah. Everyone was all like, "Oh my god, I love Chuck," and then it just like died. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't capitalize on that. And
like, what was it? You just like made a video talking about him, and then
I made a video talking about him and how much I liked that he would just like play games and then upload clips from it. It wasn't like he was playing to make YouTube videos. He was just playing to have fun. And then he commented on the video. I think he just commented like a smiley face or something. And I have no idea how he found the video or anything like that, because his name was in the title, but I didn't like tweet it at him or use crazy tags or anything like that, so I don't know.
Maybe he used like TweetDeck and saw like he has his little name in there on one of the columns, and it popped up, and he's just like, "Oh, look." Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah. I remember when you found out that happened, you were just like flipping out.
I was losing my mind.
Yeah. And then you gave up.
And then I quit. That video is like my most viewed video too. It's got like 100,000 views or something.
Really?
I wonder if I can. Yeah.
Do you still have? Oh, you would have it private, right?
Yeah, I've got all my videos private because there was a lot of dumb stuff in there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, because like I was doing them at the same time too, and then it like when you decided after however many years to finally visit, and then the first time you came here was like midwinter and like minus 50 degrees.
Was that the first time? I don't remember snow being there the first time I came up.
Was it the second time then?
Yeah, it was the second, because I came up, I think the first time I came up was sometime in the summer, like June or something like that.
Yeah,
and then the second time I came up was like February or something later.
In the winter.
Yeah, it was in the winter. It was so freaking cold.
It wasn't that cold.
Dude, I'm from Georgia. It was ridiculous.
Like, I remember we went and we were going through those woods, and like you couldn't even talk.
I couldn't because it was.
And meanwhile, I'm just out there in like a sweater and pants, and like you're like all bundled up, and it's just like, oh my god. Yeah.
That Scene Anders video has 108,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad that wasn't monetized.
I know, I wish.
It would have got like what, a couple $100 from it probably.
Something.
Because it was usually like $2 per 1,000 views, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So whatever that math equals out to. I'm not good at math.
I'm not either. Not on the fly, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah. The first time I came up, I remember sitting there when I asked my mom if I could go to Canada. And she was like, because we were sitting in a doctor's office, because this is back when I had all my issues with my ankles, but we were sitting there in the doctor's office, and I was like, "Hey mom, what car of ours would make it to Canada?" She just looks at me and goes, "Why?" And I was like, "Well, I want to go visit my friend Nate." And she's like, "What? In Canada? No, you're not doing that." I'm like, "But mom." So I finally convinced her, and she was like, "Well, the only car that's going to make it is this. We used to have this green car that was a manual shift." And she was
Oh,
like,
you don't have it anymore?
No, it finally died.
Oh,
yeah.
fine.
It broke.
Finally.
She was like, that's the only one that'll make it, so you'll have to learn how to drive a manual shift car. And I was like, okay. So I got my brother to teach me in like a month how to drive a manual shift. And then I drove to Canada. I hopped in the car one day, and that drive is brutal.
Yes, it is.
From Georgia to Canada.
Yep. Especially Ohio. That was awful.
There's nothing in Ohio.
Ohio is literally just roads and trees and open fields. That's all it was.
Yeah. There's nothing nice to look at.
No.
And it's the biggest. Ohio is like half the trip, too.
Yeah. It was like a solid 6 hours to get through. Yeah.
It's nuts. Oh.
I just remember, because, people don't know this, but when I went down there, and I remember like getting through Ohio, and I'm just like, okay, I'm looking at the clock, and it's like 1 in the afternoon, and I'm like, holy shit, like, that was literally half the trip. Like, you get through Michigan in all of like half an hour or something like that, an hour, and then when you get to Ohio, you're just like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? Yeah. Like, you're driving, and you're just like, okay, just roads and fields. Mm-hmm. And then you get to Kentucky, and you're like, okay, there's actually stuff to see here. Yeah. And like, I know in Kentucky, it was just like every probably like few kilometers or miles, whatever, it was cops everywhere. Like, they were just watching constantly.
All over the place in Kentucky.
Like, I set my cruise control to like 71 miles an hour. And I'm like, I'm just staying in the right lane, minding my own business, and just doing the speed limit, because I'm not screwing with cops. Yeah. Not out of country. Like, no. I don't, Every few minutes, you would just look, and there's one sitting there doing radar, and it's like, oh my gosh. Meanwhile, people are just flying past you doing like 110 miles an hour. Yeah. Nothing. But if I were to push like 75, I'd probably get pulled over and get...
Instantly. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wasn't screwing with that.
No.
But I remember like the first time you came up, you're like vlogging the whole way. And then when you got here, it was like, okay, well, I made it, guys. And
I did it.
Yeah. Because how long did it take you?
The very first time I came up was the only time I ever stopped and slept overnight, because my mom gave me money for a hotel. She was like, I don't want you driving the whole way. And I was like, all right, fine, Mom. So.
Well, what time did you leave? You left like 11:30 the night before or something? Or was that another time?
That was the second or third time. The very first time I came, I just left in the morning, and I drove 8 or 9 hours to somewhere in Ohio and slept there, then got up the next morning and drove the other 4 or 5, whatever it was, to your house. Because I remember I was like, what time should I get to your place? And you're like, oh, I'll get there like 12:30. So
I remember you getting here for the first time.
I got there before you did. So I showed up at your house at like 12:30, and I went up to the front door, and I knocked, and there was no answer. There's no cars in the driveway, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Am I at the wrong house? This is so
and like
weird.
You couldn't even text me or anything, because
it's in another country, and my phone didn't work. I had no idea what to do, and then I was just standing there, and then you pull up in the driveway.
Yeah, that was pretty awkward.
Yeah, you just got out, and you're like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Hey." And you're like, "You want to go inside?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, that was pretty awkward.
Oh, it was so awkward. Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
And yeah, this was before the time of like, where you could just flip your phone on when you're in a different country and it charges you like $5 a day or something. Yeah. To be able to use it. Mm-hmm. Then it was straight up like you're getting charged hundreds of dollars to even turn your phone on.
Yeah. I just kept my phone off the entire time I was up there.
Yeah, I was like, you messaged me before you got to the border, and you're just like, okay, yep, I'm here. And I'm like, okay, you can kind of time it properly, and apparently you got there a lot faster than I did.
It was only about 5 minutes, but it feels like forever when you're standing there.
Just in this random house in a different country. Mm-hmm. No phone, no nothing, and it's just, okay.
Yeah, you feel just very exposed and out there, and it's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was what, 2012?
2012, yeah.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah. And then what? You came up again, and then you came up again.
And then I came up again.
Again, and then I finally went down there.
And you finally came down one time.
Yep. No, I came down twice.
Yeah, you came down twice.
I flew once and drove once.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're like, no, you need to experience the drive.
I did. I forced you to drive down because I've flown 3 times and driven 4. How many times have I been up there? 7 times?
I don't know.
I can't. I've lost count.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, like, wasn't it like just over a year ago I was there?
Yeah, you came down last. It was last June.
Wasn't it like April?
April.
It was April, yeah.
Oh
so yeah,
gosh,
just over a year ago.
Just over a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because I remember that I left at, I think, 7 a.m. and I got there like 8 o'clock that night.
Dang, yeah, you booked it.
Yeah, because like I stopped once. I made it from my place to Kentucky, like northern Kentucky, and then
I don't know how you did that.
And that was all on one tank of gas. Not even a tank of gas.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it was like the only reason I stopped was because I was hungry, and I'm like, I just drove like 10 hours. I need to get food. So yeah. I stopped, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm at a gas station. I might as well just get gas. And like the worst part was like the gas prices are ridiculous. And like I go in and I'm like, hey buddy, can I get like $20 gas? And the guy's like, $20? And I'm like, yeah, 20. He's like, okay. And I'm like, it's really like it was really weird and awkward and whatever. And so I go and I put gas in, and it takes me all of like $16 to fill up my tank. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of understanding now why he was like, you need $20 in gas? Like,
yeah.
So I go back in and he's like, you need some change, don't you? And I'm like, yep. Yeah, and he's just like, yeah, when you ask for $20 of gas, it's like, you must be from out of country, right? And I'm like, yep. Yeah, because he's just, like, the look that he gave me was like, why do you need $20 worth of gas? That's a lot of gas. And I'm like, man, $20 would get me, like, not even a half a tank at home.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's, right now, it's almost $1.40 a liter.
Whoa.
Which is a lot. It's a ton of money right now.
Yeah.
So what, $1.40? I think it's 3 liters per gallon is 3.78 or something like that.
Yeah.
So that doesn't sound right.
That's over $4 a gallon?
Yeah, something like that.
That's nuts.
3.78, that'd be $5.
No.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think my car is like 13 gallons or something like that. I think
that's expensive to fill up there.
It's usually, well, I took my parents to the airport the weekend before last, and they filled it up before we left, and it was just under a quarter of a tank. And it took, I think, $47.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sitting here moaning and complaining because gas is up to like $2.70 a gallon.
Well, let's see. What would that... $2.70?
$2.70. Yeah, well, it's $2.69 yesterday when I filled up. And
yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, I was like, why is it so... Because I don't know, a few months ago it was like $2.30, and I was like, all right, this is nice. And then it's up to $2.69, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Freaking gas prices.
Remember I don't know if it was when I was down there driving or whatever it was, but like we were looking for gas the one time, or we were just driving and looking at gas prices, and it was like $1.70 or $1.80 or something like that, and you're like, oh, there's one down here, and it's like $1.60 something, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. It was cheap.
Because I'm pretty sure it's 3.78 liters per gallon, I believe.
God,
I think that's it. So yeah, $1.40 times 3.78 is $5.29.
Dude, it's
ridiculous.
My mind if gas was that expensive.
Yeah, and my tank is like a 40-something liter tank, so
yeah,
it's a lot of money. Yeah,
no kidding.
That's why I don't fill up all the time, because I don't want to pay that. Like,
no, who would? That's nuts.
We're forced to, though. Like, yeah, you can take freaking bus or whatever, but it's like, if you want freedom and want to be able to do what you want,
yeah, you gotta put gas in your car.
Yeah. Like this new job that I start, I'm gonna have to drive across the city every day. Ooh. And it's like, I could take the bus, but that's gonna be like, I think I looked and it was like an hour and 40-minute bus ride.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
With connections and all that. Yeah. So I'm just like, I got a car, I'll drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
so
bite the bullet and do that.
But they also give us like a allowance for gas or like transportation. So.
Oh, the company?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
part of the little like benefits. So it's good. So.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'll be able to use that for like one tank of gas, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, that's good. At least that's one.
Yeah, but yeah, like like we said earlier with when you came up the one time in winter, and it was like, I'm pretty sure it was straight up like -30.
Yeah. I did
And
not want to go out. Like, I wanted to go out because I'm from Georgia, so I rarely see snow, and it was so cool to see so much snow, but just walk outside, and it's like my body quit functioning. I was like, what is this? And I can't do it. Like, I remember I had, like, a beanie on and, like, 3 coats and jeans and socks up to my knees. It was ridiculous.
yeah, and like I said, I was just in a sweater and some jeans. And I was like, whatever,
like
it's not that
chilling.
it's not that cold.
It's like, yes, it was.
Yeah. And then the complete opposite another time though, because it was super hot.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It was like June or whatever, and yeah, it was pretty hot, and it was just like, okay, well, you could have stayed at home for this weather.
I know, yeah. Like nothing changed.
Yeah.
Came up here and it's still hot and humid and mucky. It was like, ugh.
It was probably a lot worse here though, because like I found when I went there, it was warm. Like it wasn't hot, but like it was just, it was like dry heat. And then here, yeah, it's just like humidity, like the humidity, and it's gross.
Yeah, we get that way like July and August. It gets really just nasty hot. But it's not, yeah.
Yeah, I would much prefer the cold. I'm perfectly fine with that.
I kept thinking that and saying that, and then the winter here this year happened, and for whatever reason, I didn't enjoy it that much. Like, I liked it for a little while, but then towards the start of this year, like February, March, and April, I kept moaning and complaining. I'm like, when is the hot gonna come? When's the warm weather? I want to take my jacket off, all this stuff. And then the instant it got above like 75 degrees, I was like, this sucks. I want the cold back.
Well, you guys got snow that year, like last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we got a good bit of snow this year.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
What, like half an inch?
I think we had 1 or 2 inches at one point.
Yeah, like freaking few years ago when the city was shut down because of
shut
snow.
down because of half an inch of snow.
That's ridiculous.
We didn't know what to do.
Like I understand, but it's like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like
businesses closed for days. People were stranded on the highways
because they couldn't drive.
Nobody knows how to drive in the snow down here.
Like I remember seeing pictures and videos, and it's just like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Snowpocalypse. That's what they called it.
Like cars were driving like 1 or 2 kilometers or miles an hour, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, so like we don't know what to do. Yeah.
And then like I show you pictures here, and there's like 1.5 feet, 2 feet of snow, and like people are just trekking through it, no big deal, and
they're just driving like normal.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. I mean, like I get it, but it's the fact that like it's all of 12 hours away, and people can't live like that, which is
yeah, it's insane how
it's
like when you say it like that, it's like, oh, it's just 12 hours away, but it's like so like vast differences between the two.
Yeah, but like you said, you don't get snow all the time.
Very rarely.
Like we literally get it for 9 months of the year, which sucks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't.
Normally we get it for like a day or two. Like it'll snow one day, then it'll kind of stick around for the next, but by that third day it's gone.
That'd be nice.
So, yeah, people don't know how to deal with it or what to do, so.
See, like I'm fine with it, but it's just, and I don't care about driving in it, but it's just the other people. Because like like you said, it's just people drive like there's no snow on the ground. And then next thing you know, it's just you get smacked from behind because they're flying up behind you, and yeah, like I'm fine with it, but it's just seeing some of the stupid stuff that people decide to do.
Yeah.
With a couple inches of snow on the ground, where it takes them like 5 seconds longer to stop, and that's
the worst part about driving is the other drivers.
Yeah, like I'm 100% confident myself. But when it comes to other people,
you just don't know. Yeah.
No.
They're always going to do something stupid that you
like,
don't expect.
even that first, like when I drove down there and like driving through Atlanta and driving on the whatever highway it was, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I'm going fast, I thought.
Yeah.
Because like the speed limits here are ridiculous. Like we should be able to go a lot faster than they are. But
y'all have slow speed limits.
and like yeah, whatever high, I don't know, was it the 275 or whatever
285 or 75?
285, one of them.
Yeah.
But like the speed limit is like 70 or 75 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was.
On
but
75 outside the city, it's 70.
And then yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 70. But still, I think 70 is like 120 or something like that, close to 120 kilometers. And like if we do that here and we get caught, that's like points and a huge ticket.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's stupid. But yeah, and like I was doing, because like there was so much traffic, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I was just staying with traffic and I was pushing like 85, 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, jeez.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's nice because, yeah, everyone's just going, and for the most part, they seem to know where they were going most of the time. But, yeah, it's like, I'm just going with traffic right now, and I'm going this fast. Like, I know you couldn't go that fast in that old green car, but,
no.
like, on mine, I can comfortably, like, again, I found this out when I was down there, I can comfortably push, like, 145, 150, which is however much miles, I don't know. And like that's just comfortably before I feel like the car is gonna start shaking a little bit.
Dang. Yeah. No, that old green car would start shaking at like 70.
Yeah.
Like everything would rattle. The hood would like shake up and down, and you'd hear the as you're driving along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
150 is 93 miles an hour.
Oh.
So, like, that's just comfortably, right? Like, before it gets to the point where it's like, okay,
making noises
I don't really want to drive this fast.
Yeah.
But it's the norm down there, which is ridiculous.
Just fly down here all the time.
Like, I remember on the drive down there, and, like, I saw a guy get pulled over, and he pulled over into the median, like, the ditch in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
People are retarded.
And the cop just like casually follows him into the ditch, and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, again, here, if you pull over to the left-hand side on a highway, that's a huge ticket. Because like it's so unsafe, right? Yeah, because the left lane is for passing and the fast lane. Mm-hmm. But like if you pull over on the left-hand side, that I think it's like a $300 or $400 ticket.
God.
Because it's so unsafe.
Yeah.
Because when you think of someone being pulled over, you think they pull over on the right-hand side. Mm-hmm. So you move over to the left, and then next thing you know, you see a car. Like, actually, let's say Tuesday, so Sunday when I went to go pick up my parents, and on the way back, there was a car stopped in the left lane on the highway. They were stopped in the left lane. Oh, like, geez. I'm coming up to it, and I'm like, okay, what is going on up here? Like, I see brake lights or whatever, and it looked like the car was stopped. The closer and closer I got to it, I realized this car is stopped in the left lane. I'm like, what are you doing?
They just, oh, gosh.
Yeah. And then, like, further on down the road, like, there was a car behind them stopped. So, obviously, they caught up to them, and they realized, oh, shit, gotta stop. And, like, I looked at the car, and I'm like, okay, like, I thought maybe it was an accident or whatever, but, like, they weren't touching each other. There was no damage. And then further on up the road, I see the car that was stopped behind the car that was stopped, and they had a huge, like, dent in the back of their car. So they had to have gotten hit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so first of all, what the hell was this person doing stopping there? Like, even if your car breaks down, right, like, you can still roll it, usually to the side of the road.
Yeah.
But, like, to just be stopped in the fast lane, and it's like...
That's so dangerous.
Yeah. And like I said, though, it's a huge ticket if you pull over to the left-hand side of a highway. Because I remember a friend from high school, he got busted doing 140 on the highway, which, is like 80-something or whatever we figured it out to be. Mm-hmm. And that itself is like however many dollars. Yeah. And then he pulled over to the left-hand side.
And got a ticket again.
Yeah, he got to school and he was like, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, what? Yeah, and he said he got like a $500 ticket for whatever it was. I'm like, you're, yeah.
Dude.
He's like, yeah, I pulled over to the left-hand side. I'm like, first of all, you're stupid for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I wasn't really thinking. The cop was right on my ass. And I'm like, well,
yeah.
Still, they'll understand if you're taking time to move over to the right-hand side.
Yeah,
they're not going to give you a bigger ticket and think you're freaking like
you
evading them.
Extra time to pull over, so now you get another ticket. No, they're not going to. Yeah.
Yeah, like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many differences, like, from here to there, where it's just a little crazy.
Yeah. Like, the only ticket I've ever gotten was coming home from Canada one time, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning in Kentucky, of course. But of course, I was doing like 85, so it wasn't obnoxiously fast, but it was pretty fast, and I was kind of like swerving in and out between cars because again, at 3 o'clock in the morning, I've been driving for 8 or 9 hours at this point. I still have another 4 hours in front of me, so I'm just tired, want to get home. And then all of a sudden I see the car like pull up behind me, the lights turn on, so I'm like, crap. So I pull over like off onto a rest stop. Like I got off the highway and pulled into a rest stop to get pulled over. And the cop comes to my window and he's like, do you realize how fast you were going? And I was like, no. And he goes, well, we clocked you at like 84 in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. And I was like 50 on the highway? And he goes, yeah, well, it's a construction zone. I was like, what construction? At 3 o'clock in the morning. But I was like, okay, sorry. And so he gave me a ticket, but it was only like he said he wrote it on the ticket that I was only going 10 miles over the speed limit because I was going like 34 or whatever over, which means they could have impounded my car and just left me on the side of the road there, which I'm really grateful they didn't because of course I'm in Kentucky, hours away from home, no way to get home at that point. But I got home. It was still like $170 fine or something.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because it was a construction zone, and I was like, "There's no construction at 3 o'clock in the morning." So
yeah, that's like here. If you get if you get a ticket while there's actually like construction workers there,
yeah,
the fine is automatically doubled.
Jeez.
Because
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, like it. I think like here, if it's 20, if you go 20 over on the highway, it's like a $95 ticket or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, if there's any type of construction workers there, like even if there's one little truck on the road and they're doing construction work, automatically doubled. Like,
I will say that's one thing I wish like Georgia did or the states did is because whenever I go into Canada and I'm driving, like periodically along the side of the road, it'll list the fines. It'll say if you're going this much over, this is the fine. If you're going this much over, this is the fine. And it's like I couldn't tell you what the fine is for driving over the speed limit. I couldn't tell you the price of any fine. Like the only one you'll see is they'll have signs that say littering carries a maximum fine of $1,000. That's like
yeah, they're more worried about a little garbage on the road than
I know who's getting caught for littering. Like,
yeah.
So
yeah, I know. Like here, it's every so often it shows you, like, if you're going 120, then it's like this much. If it's 130, it's this much. 140, that much. And then once you push 50 over, yeah, they automatically like impound your car and your license is gone for a week.
Dang.
So, and then yeah, there's another sign like a minute up the road, and then it shows like the points.
Yeah.
So I remember there's like a little meme on the internet, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's 120 is $95, 130 is this much, whatever. But then it shows the points, right? And it's like 120 is 3 points, 130 is 4 points, but 140 is 4 points. And they circled it, and they're like, best value. So rather than do 130 and get 4 points, just do 140 and you'll get the same 4 points too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so get the best value for speeding. So
the best bang for your buck.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's the whole like speed issues. One very big difference between like here and there, because I know like 100 kilometers an hour is the speed limit, but you usually get away with it pushing like 120, as long as you're not just the only car on the road that's just flying through traffic doing 120.
Mm-hmm.
But that's very rare because everyone does at least 120 on the highway, which it needs to be more, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
Can't do much about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's just one of the things
one of the many differences.
Yeah. And you found out many.
The first time I came there, and you would think it wouldn't be too different because it's like America, Canada. There are cultural differences, but I went there and it's just shocking how different things are. And they're not like major differences, but it's one of those things where you're like, that's weird. That's not how that's supposed to be. Like the biggest one, I think one of the biggest ones that I learned the first time I went up there was you guys have milk in bags.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does. How many? When you get milk, how many gallons is it?
You can buy milk in a 1-gallon jug or a half-gallon jug in most places.
That's so stupid.
Why?
Like, how much does it cost then?
Where we get milk, I think it's about $2.40 or $2.60 a gallon.
Okay, so he said, okay, whatever. It's still so stupid.
Yeah. No, a bag is so weird. Like you have
it's
to
not.
You have to cut a little corner in it, and then you have to stick it in like one of those plastic pour jugs anyway, and then it's just, how do you close it? You don't close it. It just sits in your fridge, an open bag.
Yeah.
There's no like lid. I don't know. It was so weird to me. Because I grew up with jugs. Like, they have a lid, and they make sense.
Okay, so what if, like, you go and your milk sits there for, like, a week and a half in this jug because nobody wants to drink milk?
Yeah.
So how long does the milk usually last, or do you not have it long enough to find out?
It usually milk here probably lasts a couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, like, you open one of the bags here, and it's like, that bag can sit open for who knows how long. It doesn't, obviously not long. You don't want to have open milk, but like when the bags are closed and like one bag, well, it's really weird. It's 4 liters of milk in 3 bags. So it's like what, 1.33 liters per bag.
That's weird.
But yeah, and it's like, okay, you use one, you just have it sitting there, you don't have to worry. And 2, you can freeze it if you really wanted to.
Okay,
so it'll stay.
I didn't even think about that.
Go and load up on milk and throw it all in your freezer and have a freezer full of milk frozen ready to go. I don't know, I like it because it's a lot easier to just go and you don't drink enough milk for the 1 week or whatever, and it goes bad after a week. You're not throwing out like a half or 3/4 full jug, right? It's just, okay, well.
Who's buying a jug of milk and then not drinking it or something?
No, you never know. There's been times here where we have like 3 or 4 bags, and then it's just like, oh, well, you go to pour the one bag, and you're like, it looks fine, it smells fine, but it tastes a little funky. It's just like, okay, just go open another bag.
Yeah.
Because there's times where we don't drink enough milk at all. But
yeah,
I know milk's just one of those things where.
Milk's one of them. Gravy was another one.
Yeah, that was really funny though.
Yeah.
That was because you're like, what is this?
So confused. Because Southern gravy is the good gravy, and it's thick and it's creamy. And it's tasty. It's got little bits of sausage in it. It's freaking delicious. You smother your biscuits in it, and it's so good. And your gravy is like brown and weird and just runny. And I've had gravy like that before, but it's like at Thanksgiving on mashed potatoes, and that's the only time you'll ever see it.
You use that type of gravy for like Thanksgiving and stuff?
Yeah, like it's called like turkey gravy. And so it comes out at Thanksgiving, and you put it on your turkey and your mashed potatoes, and then you never see it again because we have the premium best gravy in the world here in the South. So you use that.
Yeah, made from like fat and oil.
Yes. Yeah, the good stuff. Yeah, it's fat and oil and flour, and it's delicious.
Yeah, whatever. That's debatable, but yeah, like we have like turkey gravy, but it's not brown. We don't make it brown because Brown is usually like beef or like mushroom gravy or something like that.
Wait, so what's your turkey gravy?
It's just like it's like that. It's just not brown, but it's just the juice and stuff like that from the turkey that's left over in the pot. Yeah, you can just make gravy from that. So it's not just out of a can beef gravy type of thing. It's just the juices that came from the turkey that you're eating anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the juices that drain from it that make the turkey all dried out anyway is you're putting onto the potatoes and the turkey that you're eating. So
yeah.
But yeah, gravy is one of those things. I know we've had long heated discussions about gravy.
A lot of conversations about gravy.
I don't know. The fact that it's literally just like the fat from like sausages and whatever mixed in with.
So good.
I'm sure it's good, but it's just the fact that it's just purely fat that you're whatever.
That's Southern food. It's comfort. It's home cooking. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we could go on and on and on, but we're already, I think, pushing like
we hit
47 minutes almost.
47 minutes. Dang,
so,
that flew by.
Yeah.
That was not too bad for a first episode.
Yeah. Maybe we can continue on next time or just go on about something completely different.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll pick it up with episode 2. More tales of our escapades, the differences between America and Canada, and of course, more fun Flipside topics.
Maybe next week discuss a little more serious issues, possibly.
We didn't want to start too heavy.
Yeah.
So keep it light and fun, and then we'll really sink our teeth into stuff.
Next time.
Or
the time after. Never know.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the first episode of The Flipside. We will talk to you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.